Mr. Badaru never resigned. He was sacked by the Tinubu administration. He was sacked. What you just did was a smoke screen so that people don't just face it and sack him and compel him to resign. And that is the reality. Whatever story that you hear outside, all those are just flimsy excuses. This country, yeah, the more you look, the less you see. That is the typical state of the Nigerian state and the Nigerian government. Just yesterday, they can't tell us, say, our useless Minister of Defense, who they call Muhammed Badaru Abubakar, say he don't tender resignation to the federal government. Say Tinubu government accepted the resignation. And a lot of Nigerians, they wonder why. Why did this man need to resign? That at this critical state in Nigerian life, who will struggle say won't get security right, why would the Minister of Defense they resign? In the first place, Muhammed Badaru has no business to be a Minister of Defense. It's like saying that you are giving the Ministry of Health, you're giving a Minister of Health to somebody who studied economics. For example, somebody who studied economics, you are making him the Minister of Health in a nation. Then the health sector will be in a state of comatose. That is the same thing that happened with this man who they call Badaru Abubakar. He has no knowledge, he has no clue about defense. But that is not where I'm going to. I will give now some of the reasons why me I don't calculate now, say it was the premise upon which this man was sacked. He did not resign. Forget the drama and the story with the paparazzi. He did not resign. He was sacked. They forced him to resign because they told him, failure to do that, you will be sacked. So the only way for him to just guide in pride, now making just say intended resignation based on health grant. No, the man did not resign. The man was sacked. And I will tell you something. When I remember the Senate have been asking one question. Who gave the order that the soldiers who were guarding that school in Kebbi State, who gave the order that made the soldiers who were guarding that school in Kebbi State left that particular school afterwards that those bandits came to kidnap them? Mind you, that investigation just started on Friday, and by Monday, the minister resigned. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Mind you, the minister also says a Fulani man. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? That's not where I'm going to. This is the main catch. The content will say on the 1st of December, the useless honorable minister will get, the useless minister of defense will get before, where they call him Alhaji Muhammed Badaru Abubakar, say don't tender resignation to President Bola Tinubu based on the information we gather from Bayo Ononuga, that the president has actually accepted his resignation and thanked him for a work well done. Which work he do? I don't understand who they thank him. Though the president thanked him for his work well done, and the president has been able to communicate to the relevant authority that a name will be presented to the Senate this week, this very week, for confirmation. That ministry is very important, and we don't need to waste time in having a new minister. So the president will be sending a name to the Senate for confirmation this week. And the person we then get in mind now, where they go put now, is going to be the former chief of defense staff, which happened to be General Christopher Musa. So it's likely going to be the Minister of Defense. And if President Tinubu tends to make him the Minister of Defense, that simply means that Tinubu is prepared to fight banditry, terrorism in this country, and is going to achieve success. I bet it with everything. Not that alone. Do you know that the US government, now Donald Trump now done the push again, that the Minister of State, Matawalle, should be sacked as well? Don't be surprised in the next couple of days, we will now see the Minister of State for Defense, Matawalle, say he don't resign, come off of the position, based on the fact that Matawalle has been linked by the US government and even allegedly by some other sources in Nigeria, see, he gets some kind of relationship between him and the head of bandits in Zamfara state. So that is the premise upon which he himself, again, Matawalle will be forced out of office. Even before the end of this month, Matawalle might likely leave that office because the US government don't tell Nigerian government, see, Matawalle is like he's sharing information allegedly now with those bandits. So, however, for them to collaborate with Nigerian government, Matawalle has to go out. Because if Matawalle do not go out, that means information that they will be sharing with Nigerian government tend not to be safe. So we begin to ask ourselves this question. In the first place, why would Tinubu employ a clerk to be a Minister of Defense? When I not see the CV of this man, the Minister of Defense, every Nigerian that came across the CV of the Minister of Defense, they shed tears. That how did we go this low? And that's the same thing happened with ambassador. Tinubu will just wake up. Sometimes they appoint anybody because they want to appoint or to appease them. This has to stop. Appointment should be based on competence. People who can deliver. That he was the governor of Jigawa State for 8 years does not mean that he's competent. does not mean that he is competent. Badaru was not competent. In fact, under his watch, we have a lot of attack, even worse off than when they have during the time of Buhari. And again, how will the president put two Fulani man in one ministry? Ministry of Defense for state and Ministry of Defense for the substantial one. Substantive one. Why? So Donald Trump now is telling the Nigerian government the only way with which we are going to collaborate with you in terms of security, we are going to share information with you in terms of security, is only when this man they call Matawalle is kicked out of office. That is the premise upon which the US government says they are going to support Nigeria in their fight against terrorism in this country. The truth can't come down, see, most of the northern leaders, some of them ex-governors, make una remember some few years back that the former deputy governor of the central bank, Melafia, was telling us that a lot of governors in the northern region, they are members of Boko Haram. They are bandits. Now it's coming to the full glare of the war. We are beginning to see it. We still ask the question, those who are involved in terrorism in this country, those who have been sponsoring terrorism in this country, the president should please release their lists and want to know their names. Just yesterday, the government, through their spokesperson, say the government now they are reviewing the names. They are reviewing the names of the sponsor of terrorism in this country. And if the Tinubu government can do that, it's a clear-cut indication that the man is ready to fight corruption to stand still in this country. Just yesterday, the Northern Governors Forum, not that alone, and the leaders in the Northern region now, they met and they came to a concession, they came to an agreement that the federal government should please stop every mining activity in the northern region for the next 6 months. Because they know proud before now that mining is the principal reason why there is fighting in the northern region of this country. But most of them, they kept quiet because of what they are benefiting from the illegal mining activity in the northern part of this country. Because our government have been treating those in the northern region with kid gloves in terms of mining of our resources. These guys have been benefiting from the resources of other regions. But how much has Nigerian government benefited from the resources they've got in the northern region? So the leaders in the northern region now don't they come out to tell us, like, let the federal government stop every mining activity for 6 months. And if the Tinubu government can do that, it's going to be super duper amazing. And not that alone, Matawalle should not only resign, should be subjected to investigation. Not only Matawalle, this man will just come out now also. He should be arrested and he should be investigated. A lot of things, in my own opinion, has gone under the carpet, and we must not allow that thing to slide. Otherwise, terrorism will not cease in this country. Those leaders who are sponsoring and supporting Boko Haram should be dealt with iron fist in this country. No sympathizer, no negotiator again, that any sympathizer or negotiator of bandits or terrorists in this country should be punished, and should be punished severely. I promise to see you guys soon. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. I remain the Eagle's Eyes.